Hello, Dr. Alka. My name is Kaval Singh.
Hi, Kamal. How are you?
Good, not bad at all. And great to have you at the Excellence Awards.
Thank you very much. It's indeed a pleasure.
I don't want to start and sound a bit cliched that, this is another recognition that you are getting. I mean, you already had so many accolades
That's
and
just your
felicitations
kindness.
in the last so many years with such good work that you put in. But
Thank you
then
so much.
it just gonna irk me a bit if I don't ask an obvious question that this is another award added into the kitty. So, is the word recognition become irrelevant to you, or it still keeps you going with the same, bearing a same torch every morning?
It's a lovely, lovely question. I would love to answer. I think these awards are something which make you reflect. And certainly they energize you and make you give back more to the community, because by the end of it, I think these awards comes with the blessings of people around you for whom you work. I think they will never ever become irrelevant in your life. They mean a world to me. And I think as we are growing up in age, it's needed much more, So I think, and every moment when you get an award of this level, you certainly sit back and think, what more I need to give? Because community has given you so much, you need to give back. You need to.
So that's something that obviously keeps you going. Now, tell me something. I mean, I was just looking at your brief, your background, what you've done in the past, and it is absolutely superlatively impressive. I must say that. I mean,
Thank
I
you.
am possibly too young to even, not in terms of age, in terms of exposure and experience, what
That's
you have
being
done.
very, very kind of you.
But again, I would like you to touch a bit on, what is happening in today's scenario and what you do as a psychologist. There's an intense pressure, that's kind of put on kids and students. So, what do you think? How relevant your scope of work has become when you just take a trip down the memory lane, say around 25 years till now?
Lovely questions. You're such a smart guy, I must tell you. I think the role of psychology has evolved big time over the years. So earlier, going to a psychologist used to be more like, there's something wrong in you, stay away. And today, I think every Tom, Dick, and Harry on the street think that there is a need of a psychology. So scope has, over the years, had multiplied multi-folds. And I think post-COVID, things have really changed, because emotional well-being has taken the first seat in the life of a person. When the whole family was locked down within the four walls, the kind of, we see the data has shown very clearly that divorce rates have gone high, the crimes have gone much more higher, because we believe that a person is very safe in the four walls of a home, but it's no longer like that. So I think psychology has immense scope, and I would suggest that anybody like the budding students who are looking for the areas to specialize in, because emotional well-being is the must in
Need
a
of the hour.
person's. Yes. And when we talk about children and school, I mean, recently we had this suicide in Sharjah, a
Yes.
13-year-old, and a parent said, oh my God, she was so much more normal, there was no challenge. Now see, your own biological parents could not even see that you have a challenge. So you look, talk, walk normal, fit and fine.
But I think that's bad.
It
I think we are living in a
is.
day and age we need more psychologists,
Oh
more people in
yes.
that area of expertise. Which that means that there is a degree of pressure which is rampant. It's increasing.
True. Certainly. See, because of these small little units called smartphones, the whole world is in it, and competition has gone many folds. We were competing to the people in the community. Today's child is competing to the whole universe, not only the world. So in that scenario, the kind of the mental stress and pressure has gone multifolds. And if the parents are in a denial mode, then you're just not sorted, because a small little brain cannot deal with it. So you need to have a lot of acceptance. I mean, are there parents who are ready to say, I understand that you're going through a tough time, instead of denying and say, what the hell are you talking about? Because in your era, things were not like that. So I think the whole things have changed tremendously. And I would like to give a message to the parents out there that please, I mean, don't think that if your growing child is sitting normal, talking normal, doing things normally, there is no challenge, because unless you connect to them, get into it, you wouldn't know it.
Okay. So I think that actually it intertwines beautifully with my next question, because I think we are leading into a one after the other. So was that the reason you initiated your own venture called EduScan?
So EduScan actually came into existence, yes, where I had this young girl who failed the exam, and the mother had burnt her hand. And mother, who you think that you make the worst crime under the sun, she's one figure, you can go back to her and confess and say, I did it. And if that source is not there in your life, and if that becomes the source of threat to you, where would you go?
Absolutely. Oh.
So a young girl came up to my room. That time I was a counselor for Abu Dhabi Indian School, and she cried and she said, ma'am, I studied the whole night, trust me. But still I fail. Am I mad? Is there something wrong in me? So that era, the awareness about learning challenges, hidden learning difficulties was not so much known. And from there the journey started. And the mother would say, you can watch TV, you remember the songs, you remember the movie stories, but you don't remember your, psychology or your social sciences text. And that is how she was upset. She said, every time we go to school, the teachers are complaining, you guys are not the good parents. So I think even teachers need to stop doing that. If children aren't performing, you can't put the whole buck onto the parents. And when you do that, see what happens. So the
But that's what to do with the mechanism.
Exactly.
The teaching mechanism. That's nothing to do with the child.
Exactly. It is the whole psychosocial ambience.
Correct.
See, sitting in this platform, and we can't talk about one or two or three factors. It's a total scenario around
And that's
the
kind of
child.
adds on to the kid.
So it's very important that people first accept children the way they are and support them. So we recently have a brilliant, so as our CSR, I think I can touch 5 lives, 10 lives, 100 lives, not beyond that. So I'm initiated this, and we are training all the SEND teams of multiple schools in Dubai, in UAE, to ensure that they understand these concepts and they are better professionals to give back to our children what they need. And I think we all, after getting these kind of awards, need to see more towards our journey and our responsibilities, so that there are 100 Dr. Alkas around the world and every child's life is touched.
So I think that's good to hear from somebody like yourself, that there is still a lot of stuff to be done, a lot of kind of barriers to be crossed, and with you getting involved as a part of BeingShe family, we are not just saying that, hey, you won an award. And I think this is more a starting point of your association with BeingShe as a platform. So I think we would need to be working very closely with you.
I would love to do that.
Yes,
I would love to do that.
So I think there will be certain aspects in what you do, which I think will be very key in what BeingShe is trying to align with. Yes, we are a women-centric platform, but it doesn't really stop us when it comes to a society, because end of the day, a man and a woman are kind of two pillars of the society.
Oh yes,
So-
and I think their relationship
Yes.
is the most important
Absolutely.
thing. Whether it is a child or whether it is an adult, if that relationship is not at place, everything get jeopardized.
jeopardized,
So
absolutely.
I would actually like to give messages to my lovely women out there But this couplet is in Hindi, so I hope
Sure.
a lot of them understand that.
Sure.
So it says that ख्वाहिशों से नहीं गिरते फूल झोली में, ख्वाहिशों से नहीं गिरते फूल झोली में, वक्त की शाख को हिलाना होगा, अंधेरों को बुरा कहने से कुछ नहीं होता दोस्तों, अपने हिस्से का दिया तुम्हें खुद ही जलाना होगा. All those who don't understand Hindi, it is sitting back and cribbing about what's not there. Now this platform of BeingShe tells you that, come on, stand
Yes.
up and take the action.
Yeah.
Only actions get you results.
Absolutely. I think it was lovely to have you
Indeed, a
at the BeingShe.
pleasure.
And I think this will be an epitome of what we look at doing going forward. And would have to say one thing, that I think as we move along, you will be adding a lot of value. And you, as you rightly said, we have to start. This is just a start. You know, there's a
It
long way to
is.
go. On that note, again, like to congratulate you on what you have achieved, and we'll continue to do so. And have a great year ahead.
Thank you so much, BeingShe, because I think, yes, the year from now, as the BeingShe, the social worker of the year, I already feel from last night, it's a kind of a responsibility.
Yeah.
You guys have given it to me,
Yes.
and I'm all up there. And I'm sure by the end of the year, when we reflect back,
Yes.
we will see together that we've gone a long way.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, BeingShe.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.